It was a long night of delicate give and take and a race against time in the National Assembly on Thursday as members of Parliament proposed sweeping changes to the Finance Bill of 2022, seeking ways of raising an additional 50 billion shillings worth of tax revenue. One of the big wins for Mwananchi at the Thursday night session was the proposed reduction of value-added tax on liquefied petroleum gas from the present 16% to 8%.
The Finance Bill of 2022 is designed to help the National Treasury through the Kenya Revenue Authority mobilize an additional of 50.4 billion shillings in tax revenue in the financial year between July 2022 and June 2023. As the bill is considered in the third reading in a session chaired by Luanda MP Christopher Omulele, it was bound to be a delicate trade-off between cautioning Kenyans from high cost of living and ensuring the government realized its revenue targets. One of the big wins of Mwananchi in the National Assembly last evening was the amendment of the bill to ease the cost of cooking gas, which has posted a steep rise over the last 12 months.
Honorable Chair, you do remember that this House, when we read the second time the bill on petroleum products, due to the public outcry on the prices of gas, this House committed itself strongly to the issue of reduction of VAT on LPG. And this is what we are trying to execute through the Finance Bill. And this is to protect our people from the growing cost of living.
Another major win for Kenyans was in the amendment to add fertilizer to the first schedule of the Value Added Tax Act, a move that now means once it is signed into law by President Uhuru Kenyatta, it will ease the cost of fertilizer going forward.
The cost of fertilizers has really risen dramatically from 2,500 to almost 6,000. So, Honorable Chair, this House must play a role in trying to tame that cost of fertilizer. And that's why we are proposing for its zero rating.
But it wasn't all about granting the citizen much-needed reprieve from the high cost of living. Once the bill becomes law, Kenyans should brace for high cost of digital loans, which have become popular, as well as higher costs on cell phones, owing to an amendment to slap excise duty on the same.
We are making addition of excise duty charged by digital lenders at the rate of 20%. We have also included excise on importation of cellular phones that shall be 10% of the accessible value.
Those using imported SIM cards in the cellular devices have also been targeted as the National Assembly looks to plug the potential revenue hole created by the various relief measures adopted.
Further, Honorable Speaker, on the question of locally produced SIM cards to support the local industry, local manufacturing industry, as we have said in other amendments, Honorable Speaker, there are many people who are importing SIM cards. SIM cards that are imported, Honorable Speaker, therefore I'm proposing to impose an excise duty of 50 shillings per SIM card to make those that are imported a little bit more expensive than the locally manufactured.
The National Treasury also suffered a major blow in its bid to disincentivize tax appeal matters, with the MPs throwing out the proposed requirement to have an appellant deposit of at least 50% of the contested tax value before securing appeal.
Mr. Speaker, I agree with the Chair. This proposal to deposit 50% of disputed taxes before the tax appeals tribunal is illegal and unconstitutional. And I'm sure if this House passed it, the court could have nullified it. For why? This, in fact, the proposal, what the Chair has done, we are protecting the constitutional rights of the Kenyan people.
The amendment bill will now be forwarded to the Office of the Attorney General before being forwarded to the President for assent. The Public Finance Management Act of 2012 provides that the finance bill should be passed into law by June 30th every year. Gertrude Wachira, NTV.